You've heard of quiet quitting, but have you heard of being quiet fired? Quiet fired refers to, instead of a company laying you off or firing you, instead making changes that reduces your control and autonomy to be demotivating. In today's video, we're going to go over 6 signs that your company is quiet firing you. Let's go. Now, the first big one is controlling where you work. So say in the past you had a fully remote or a hybrid model. Now, all of a sudden, seemingly for no reason, your company is requiring you to come in all the time. This could be a sign that they are quiet firing you. Basically, they are removing a perk, something they know you enjoy, you take advantage of, and now they are exerting more control over the way you do your job on a day-to-day basis. And this is sign 1. Now, the second one is kind of similar, and it's paring down the benefits or perks. Say previously there were perks or benefits that you enjoyed, you took advantage of, all of a sudden they are reducing them. So this could be a variety of things. It could be a stipend, it can be a membership they afforded you, it could be certain learning and development opportunities that you expensed or whatever. Anything that you would consider a benefit or perk of your job, and you've had it historically, all of a sudden the company says, without much reason or explanation, we are no longer allowing you to do this. This is another sign that you might be being quiet fired by your organization. Now, another big sign that you might be being quiet fired is that all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, there is a big emphasis on monitoring your quality of work and performance. And not just monitoring it, but also taking inventory of it, making note of it, and really zooming in with a microscopic lens to see exactly what you are doing, how you're performing on a day-to-day basis. It is one thing if you are having performance issues. That is totally separate. But if you're doing a good job and all of a sudden there is this extreme emphasis on monitoring it, controlling it, checking in on it, and almost micromanaging it a bit, that might be a sign that you're being quiet fired. Are you enjoying this video so far? If so, please do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. That way you never miss one of my 3 free weekly videos that are all designed to help you land your next job and maximize your career. Now, the next big one is kind of hard to see, but it is a massive indicator that you're being quiet fired. And that is all of a sudden, you are being excluded from things and you're being neglected. So let's just say previously your boss brought you into meetings, brought you along to different events or situation that you'd be involved in. And now, instead of that, all of a sudden, seemingly for no reason, out of the blue, you are no longer brought to those things. You are no longer afforded that opportunity. The check-ins that used to happen, all of a sudden, they aren't happening. Now, if you think this is happening to you, and there is nothing else, this is the only thing, like none of these other signs apply, maybe check in with your boss to find out what's going on. But if you notice this, along with some of the other signs, it could be a sign that you are being quiet fired. Another big sign is that all of a sudden you are being asked to document all your work, whereas previously you were trusted. They knew you knew how to get your job done and they let you do it. But instead now, they're having you document everything. So it seems like you can't do anything without making sure you make note of it, sharing that note with them. So all of a sudden they can see every single thing you are doing as if they don't trust you. This can be entirely demotivating, especially if you prefer autonomy. And now all of a sudden you have to do this. It could be another sign you're being quiet fired. Another huge one that can be entirely demotivating is all of a sudden, where previously they had talked about advancement, growth, and development, now none of that is available anymore. Now, it's one thing if it's because of the economy and all of a sudden things are a bit tight and some of the opportunities no longer make sense or no longer available. But there are certain things they could be doing regardless of the economy: learning, growth, development, opportunity to experience things and perhaps expand your scope. If all of a sudden all of that is just taken away, you no longer have those opportunities, it could definitely be a sign you're being quiet fired. Now, if all of a sudden you feel like there is no more room for growth, that can be really frustrating, but it can be hard to tell, which is why I want you to watch this video. This video here, these are signs that you've hit your ceiling at your company, you're not gonna be able to grow, and maybe it's time to look elsewhere. It can be really challenging to know if this is a momentary thing or if this is set in stone and it does make sense to pursue other opportunities. So I'm done here, but I will see you over there.